Hey everybody, we're going to make a resin tray, which is about 14 or 15 inches long, maybe 9 or 10 inches deep. I got it on Amazon. It comes with a couple of handles that I may or may not use. Today I'm using Lett's resin, their regular epoxy resin that's made for molds and so forth. Kind of the jellyfish on it, and it's just the regular clear self-leveling high gloss, and I got the 64 ounce set. I have mixed up 18 ounces, and I have not used this tray mold before. I think it's larger than the ones that I've used in the past that I've gotten on Amazon. I want to say this one looks a little larger, so I'm hoping I have enough. I really want to do just one layer and then do a background. If I have extra, like an ounce or so, I've got a 5-inch coaster I'm going to also do to match it. I have mixed this for 5 minutes, so we're going to start our timer. Clear it first, and then hit start. And we're going to count up from here, and so we're going to keep an eye on the timer. We're also going to use the infrared digital thermometer. Right now it's 79 degrees. We want to get it close to 100 degrees before we really start doing things with it. Always use gloves. Use a full face, or this is a half mask which goes over your nose and mouth. 3M, and it's got the P100 filters made for gases and odors and so forth. So make sure to use that when you are working with resin. I have this 32 ounce plastic mixing cup in my links below the video. I love it because when I just turn it over when I'm finished with it, and then when it's cured, you just literally just peel it right out because it's flexible. I have these kind of cups, and as you can see, they kind of bead up, and it's super hard to get all the resin out, or it's, it stays in the bottom of the cup or whatever. So I love the bigger plastic mixing cup. The alcohol inks that I'm going to use today are from the Decorum 24 pack, lemon, tangerine, and watermelon. So kind of a yellow to orange to red for my flowers. I'm going to use at least the avocado, or I may use the kiwi, which is a little lighter, or I may add a little lemon into this. I'm not sure, but one or the other or both of these for leaves. I've got a little 3-ounce cup that I'll mix my white in, and the white will be Armor Art pigment paste. It used to be on Amazon, but you can get it at Counterculture DIY from their website. I'm going to put a little bit of alcohol ink in it, white pinata, and a little bit of angel wings, which gives it some shimmer. I'm going to use these little check seed beads, and they're black. Once I mix up my white and it's time to pipe it, I'll put it into a bag here and use the piping bag. So I love to have those around. For cleanup, 91% alcohol or 99% alcohol and baby wipes are your best friend for wiping anything off your skin, your surfaces. The baby wipes work better than just a paper towel with the alcohol. So that's the basics of what I'll be doing today. I want it to be like a kind of like a cluster of flowers with some leaves, and that's what I'm going to go for. And we're going to wait until it's around 100 degrees. I leave my resin in the container. The deeper the container, the quicker it will warm up. If you mix it and pour it straight into your mold, you can do that, but sometimes it's going to take longer to get to that like warming effect. I'm just going to let it stay in the mixing container like this. I'll put in here about 1.5 ounces or so of resin. I'll just dip my stick in, and I'll show you how much I'm using of that. I'll do a little spoonful of the angel wing mica powder and a few drops of the alcohol ink, and that will be the recipe for the white mixture. And the rest you can just simply watch. So I'll come back when it's time to get busy with the creating of this piece. Okay, so it took me about 40-45 minutes to do all that, and I'm just hoping that it won't lose all of its shapes. Still trying to keep the green kind of going inwards and not spreading totally out to the edges. And I add the little last minute little buds out here, and I'm hoping this just doesn't I don't lose all of it when it's said and done. The pointer is, if you have put alcohol or alcohol inks on the surface, don't torch it or let the flame touch the surface because it could flame up on you. Alcohol inks and alcohol are flammable, so just beware of that. I might have gone overboard on the green, but hey. And then I'll decide what color I want to do on the background once it's cured enough to where I can, lift up the mold. Because it's kind of see-through, I can lift it up once it's set and not tacky, and I can look underneath and see the design and kind of try to decide my color then. I'm thinking what I wanted was like a pale lime green shimmery color, but I may want something deeper than that. I'm not real sure just yet. So I drug just a little bit of alcohol ink in spaces, but like the green, it's in a few places, but it's kind of just blended in. So I was trying to give some little stems and so forth. I think the orange will kind of stay put because it was later in the timing to where the resin is a bit more set up. So the tray is, I would say, 2/3 or so full, and the coaster is maybe halfway full or so. I'll be back when it's cured to put the background layer on. It's been well over 7 hours. I've mixed up 12 more ounces of resin. This is Counterculture Fast Set, which the label looks like that. It has a 10 to 15 minute working time. I always say 10. And the tray is ready, and the coaster. Here's the coaster on the side, which every shape pulls in differently and makes shapes when it pulls in. So here's what this looks like now. I'm going to add a spoonful of pumpkin pie by this little piggy. I might do a couple of spoonfuls of this. I'm going to do a really hefty one. And I'm going to use Lett's Resin dye. This is not alcohol ink, it's dye. Just a big squirt. I'm going to add some black alcohol ink to deepen it, because I do want this deeper than the color you see in here in the inks and the coaster and the tray. This is Berry by Resin. So I'll add the background to the coaster first. So I'm going to stop torching because I don't want to ruin my mold, and I'm going to spritz with alcohol. So again, this was pumpkin pie by this little piggy. There's a red resin dye from Lett's Resin. I used 2 really healthy squirts of Berry from Resin alcohol ink and a squirt of black Pinata alcohol ink. So that made a nice kind of garnet, what I would call a garnet red, wavy red, with that shimmer in it, which is really lovely. So I will check back with this in about 2 hours because it's fast set. It's been a few hours, 2 maybe. That's what I love about fast set. Pretty. Wasn't sure how it would look with the background, but I think it's pretty. Very unusual looking. got a little speck of something right there. It's probably like a piece of glitter or something. Unusual looking, isn't it? I was wondering how the leaves would turn out. They're pretty. So, the tray came with gold handles. There's not any gold in it, so I'm thinking I don't want to put the gold handles. And I think I'm just not going to put any handles at all. But I have that one little speck that's going to bother me. So I'm probably going to mix up about 3 ounces of fast set. And I'll put less than half an ounce on the coaster just to give it some shine. And on the rest I'll use my silicone brush. So I'm going to mix up fast set. So what I'll do is I'll use a little 5-ounce cup, and then I'll use a 3-ounce cup, and I'll mark about halfway in the 3-ounce cup, and that'll be about 1.5 ounces, and that'll be my measurement for this amount. I'll do the mixing, and like I said, you can refer to video 1058 anytime you want to for any brand or viscosity of resin. I do them all the same. I'll be back when it's mixed. So when you put the top layer of resin on your piece, and what I love about fast set is it's not thin, it's thicker, and when you hit it with the low temp heat tool, it'll make it movable, and you can just kind of control with your silicone brush the edges and basically not go over the edge. You don't have to put masking fluid or anything underneath the tray because you can control everything with your silicone brush and the thickness. And the key is not to mix too much resin. So again, I mixed 3 ounces. I had about a half an ounce that I put on the coaster on here, and then 2.5 to 2 3/4 ounces was on this whole tray. And that's all you need to not give a nice top coat layer. That one little spot that was white that will take glitter, I just used my permanent marker Sharpie and made a little black dot, and it just disappeared, and so now you don't see it. But like I said, this top coat takes it to the next level and gives it that really glassy look, because when you pull resin out of molds, even if they have a shiny finish like this one does, it'll still sometimes look a little bit dull. And then I'm going to take my little net, cover it up, and in 2 hours I will be able to touch it and hold it and everything. That's the beauty of fast set by Counterculture. The resin that I used to make the piece was Lett's resin, regular resin. And so I like to switch off and use fast set from Counterculture for a top coat, bottom coat, anything where I want no flexibility in a couple of hours. So I'm going to let this sit and really cure good, and I'll be back to show you pictures outside or in better lighting. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Love you all.